you want me to play anything while they're coming in, or? Yeah. Just play it a little while they're coming in.
At this time, we would ask that all of our guests stand and join us as we sing the national anthem. Thank you, Principal Brown. Please remain standing as Dean Lisa McClish leads us in singing Lift Every Voice and Sing by James Weldon Johnson. guests may be seated. The graduates will remain standing as they recite the Ad Prima mantra, led by Site Director Jamal Elliott.
I am a student at a blue ribbon school. I am the exception to the rule. I am proud of all I can be. In the year 2025, I will earn my degree. With determination, I will be strong. With goals, I can't go wrong. Ad Prima is the place to be where building character and learning is key.
Thank you, Mr. Elliott. Okay, good morning. Good morning to the graduates, the parents who are here with us today, other guests, my staff who's on the stage with me today, and those joining us through live stream. I can't wait to see how many people have actually logged on to watch us on our YouTube channel to see these wonderful graduates on their very special day. Now, my name is Naya Blackwell, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as the Chief Executive Officer of Ad Prima Charter School. And I would like to welcome you to the 8th grade graduation ceremony for the class of 2021. Now, the primary part of our mission at Ad Prima is to prepare our students for academic success in high school and beyond. And so on this day, as we prepare to send these students off to high school, I am forced to evaluate our mission. You know, have we been able to accomplish that goal with the class of 2021? Did the global pandemic deter us in our mission to adequately prepare our students for high school and beyond? Did the abrupt switch to virtual learning impair the ability of our students to master those necessary concepts in math and English and science? Or with the physical and emotional limitations on everyone, or the uncertainty of returning to life as we know it in some normal way, would it just be too much of a deterrent? Did the unrest taking place in society consume the minds of these 13-year-olds and cause them to lose focus? Well, naturally, and of course, all of those variables were at play. But again, I'm brought back to our mission. Our mission is to prepare our students for academic success and sending them to the top magnet schools in the Philadelphia area. And it was that mission that prompted us, the leadership that you see on the stage with me today, and all of the staff at Ad Prima Charter School, including the parents as our partners, to work around the clock in March of 2020 to develop a plan that would enable us to enroll our entire school program into a virtual format, which meant our students had to continue to have their 8-hour day, because that's what they would do in person. Our students would have to continue to have 90 minutes of math every day, 90 minutes of ELA, an additional 45 minutes in each of those subjects to review and hone their skills. It meant that all the social studies and science projects that they were used to, that would have to be a requirement. And it caused us to have to set up, and you remember as parents, to drop off and pick up days for materials. It meant that to have some balance, we would have to still offer Spanish language and physical education, art and music. All of that would have to be incorporated because that's a necessary component of the Ad Prima program. So again, I'm brought back to thinking about our mission. And it was keeping that mission in mind when our team decided that the best way to accomplish anything and not lose ground with these wonderful students was to give them that consistency. Don't deviate, give them as much consistency as possible to reinforce the fact that school was very much open for at Prima, even from the other side of the screen. So the expectations for all of our students to log on at 8 a.m. in their school uniform, it wasn't an option, it was a requirement. It meant that we had to put the additional support in place to have all of our goals met. Because we understood that it's not just putting the program out there, we have to support these students because they would naturally be facing challenges and difficulty. So that support that we put in place meant that parents had to be trained on these virtual formats, and additional staff would need to set up virtual office hours to give the kids a listening ear that they probably needed. It meant hosting several virtual town hall meetings. You all remember receiving those dojo messages, another town hall, so that we can be in touch with you and let you know each and every step of the way what we were doing. It meant asking our students, our staff, and our parents to conduct these or finish these bi-weekly surveys. We wanted to hear from you to see, is any of this, everything we're doing, is it making any sense? All of this was done with our mission in mind, our charge. Our duty, again, is to prepare our students for academic success in high school. No matter what else was taking place in our world, we understood the importance of our mission. So today, as I reflect, I have to consider, is there any evidence that we carried out our mission in this past year and a half, even under the most difficult circumstances? So when I look at our attendance over the course of the pandemic, and on average, our daily attendance for our students was 93%. That is outstanding. We were recognized by the Philadelphia Inquirer for having high attendance rates during the pandemic. That's not just a subjective thing, they recognized us. And as I look at this class who sits before me today, and I consider the fact that we didn't change any of our standards, not in the least. We didn't make the academic or instructional practices easier because of the pandemic. Our grading scale, as you know it, 95% and above, that's an A. 89% and above, that's a B. 75% in most schools, it's a C. But at Prima, that's a failing grade. And notwithstanding the difficulties, almost every student that you see sitting here today achieved honor or meritorious role. That's absolutely phenomenal, given average education. Some students only missed it by a C, thanks to that Prima grading scale. And where will these students be transitioning? Remember, our goal is to get them into magnet schools, best schools in the city of Philadelphia. I'll just be able to call a few of those schools. Central High School, Science Leadership, the High School of Creative and Performing Arts, Prep Charter, Hill Freeman, which they call the Mount Airy Masterman, Saul Agricultural School, Engineering and Science, a number of area Catholic and private schools. And for the first time, it is my honor and privilege to announce that 3 of our students received full academic scholarships. It almost gives me tears even now, to St. Paul's boarding school in New Hampshire. The scholarships range from $59,000 to $61,000. That's the tuition for each year. So they're paving the way for many more at Prima graduates to come. I'd like for those students to stand as I call their names. Sean Michael Williams from our Overbrook campus. Dylan Rogers from our Overbrook campus. Mark Reed from our Mount Airy campus. Thank you. I mention all of those schools because they are all equally as important. But for the school and the scholarships at St. Paul's, I've had many conversations with these young men who just stood and the families over the course of the school year, and they understand that it's their duty and it's their obligation to make a difference, to go to that school where students who have attended private schools their entire lives, who come from very affluent families who can pay $61,000 a year, they are going to walk on that campus and take their rightful place next to each and every student there and excel because they had that foundation first from their family, their parents, and then us providing them with the Ad Prima way. And they understand that it's their obligation to come back to Ad Prima, to tell their stories, to inspire those who are still here and those who are interested in doing just what they did, just as every other student sitting here. So they understand the charge, just as every other student from Ad Prima who's attending all of the schools that I just mentioned. So we can no longer say that we're just getting our students into the area schools. Now we can say the top schools across the country. St. Paul's is one of the top 5 boarding schools, prep boarding schools in this entire country. As the kids say, you don't have to take my word for it, you can Google it and you'll see that information. So I feel pretty confident today in saying, as any good president would, the academic state and preparedness of our graduates is strong. And because of your hard work and determination throughout the course of this pandemic and your all of the years that you were at Prima Charter School, we salute you today. It was rough these past 15 months, and you've done it. Despite everything that you've watched on television, everything that was stacked against you, all of you excelled. And that's why you're sitting here today at the top of your class. We intend on having 2 ceremonies. One will take place in August. We wanted to ensure that our parents could join us. But the students that you see sitting here today didn't miss a beat. They have the highest GPAs in all of the graduating class in a Prima Charter School. So again, we want to welcome you, and we are elated that we can invite many of you to come and experience this with us in person. So please sit back, enjoy the music, enjoy the speeches as we prepare to give our scholars a proper send-off. Thank you very much. And now we're going to have a selection from Mr. Harkham, our former music teacher, and the Ad Prima players. introduce our guest speaker for today, Dr. Joanna Jenkins. Dr. Joanna Jenkins is a fierce champion of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Born and raised in the art of culture and activism in Philadelphia, Dr. Jenkins transforms over 20 years of experience as an associate dean, professor, creative director, and strategist to advance corporate, nonprofit, and entrepreneurial ventures in education, design, strategic communication, and corporate social responsibility. At the intersection of industry and academia, Dr. Jenkins teaches, she conducts research, collaborates with partners, and prepares spaces for underrepresented young professionals to thrive in the careers of their dreams. Dr. Jenkins has a proven track record in engagement, program development, curricula design, facilitator trainings, research, and upcoming HBCU college prep guides. She's a forthcoming book, Advertising Creative, through Sage Press. Insecure Convergence Crisis. She is a TED Talk series, Reimagining the Advertising Revolution, and numerous articles, including Representation, Visual Culture, Millennial Gen Z Perspectives, Women in the Workplace, and Corporate Social Responsibility. A graduate of Pratt Howard University and the Philadelphia High School for Girls, Dr. Jenkins holds a BA in Graphic Design and Advertising, an MS in Visual Communications and Marketing, and a PhD in the schools she attended, American University, Bowie State, Moore College of Art and Design, and is an affiliate professor at St. Joseph's University. In her spare time, Dr. Jenkins loves to bake, so it's no surprise that she enjoys working with entrepreneurs and launching restaurants. So aside from her being our guest speaker today, I must say that she's no stranger to Prima Charter School. She frequently attends our events. She was here when this very campus hosted their grand opening. She reads as a guest reader during Read Across America Week, and she never hesitates to come to assist whenever we call. I can recall maybe 2 years ago, the 8th grade class took a trip to Washington, D.C. She was on the faculty at Howard University at that time. She hosted them and inspired them in the creative arts, and they never forgot that experience with her. So it gives me a great honor to present to you today, Dr. Joanna Jenkins.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here today. Good morning, graduates of the class of 2021. It is truly my honor to speak with you today. Congratulations on your academic achievement. I'd also like to extend congratulations to your parents, families, friends, and loved ones as they share in this achievement and momentous occasion with you. Likewise, to the faculty, administration, and staff here at Prima, as well as your mentors and academic leadership, whose knowledge, guidance, and support of you on this journey makes this a joyous and proud occasion for us all. Graduates, in completing the rigorous demands of education at Prima, you have accomplished something extraordinary. Not only do you demonstrate that you make excellent choices, but you are also now a part of a family, an alum, and an influential community that is shaping the face of education and professionalism in Philadelphia and beyond. You are also college-bound and career-bound leaders poised to impact your community. Research confirms that as your education grows, so do your opportunities in life, and so does your earning potential. Education creates opportunities for higher income, affords more opportunities and choices for your lifestyle, better health, and more civic engagement. You are well on your way. Congratulations. As I reflect on my own journey, I remember my 8th grade year. I wanted to go to engineering and science and become a marine biologist more than anything else in the world. I was absolutely crushed when my parents told me they had other plans for my life. They wanted me to go to a different school. And I knew that that school was not a good fit for me. I was so mad. I was so disappointed. I was so dejected. I really thought it was the end of the world. But I refused to give up. I figured that I could devise a plan and use that anger and channel it to create a passion for something else. I went back to the drawing board. I did my research, and I made one of the best decisions that I never knew that I needed to make. I chose to go to the Philadelphia High School for Girls. And to this date, it is the best surprise that I never knew I needed. I made amazing friends, many of the friends that I still have today. I had so much fun. I received an exemplary education, and most importantly, I placed myself on a path for success and infinite possibilities. It was an excellent decision. Let me stress that engineering and science is an amazing school. And the magnet school that my parents wanted me to go to was an amazing school. It just was not the right fit for me. Feeling defeated and powerless in the situation is not the point of the story, and the schools are not the point of the story. What it was is that somewhere in the multiverse, I think I probably am a marine biologist that went to engineering and science. But the point is, and I learned this from one of my students, they said, Dr. Jenkins, let me show you how I'm gonna turn this L into a lesson, right? You might think that you're lost or defeated, but you can come back and you can make a plan. So when the wind gets knocked out of your sails, don't give up. Keep going. Follow the voice inside you that whispers something different. Have faith in yourself and believe that life always has something great for you. Be open to life surprising you and giving you just what you needed, even if you don't want it. Now, as I mentioned, placing yourself on a path for success is incredibly important. It increases the likelihood that you'll encounter quality experiences that you can learn from and that you can grow from. And it also increases the likelihood that you will surround yourself with positive, well-meaning people. Who knows this saying? Tell me the people that you hang around, and I'll tell you where you're going, and I'll tell you what you will become. And that's true. In my career, I've taught hundreds of students. I've graduated thousands of students, and I've prepared thousands for careers and the next level of academic achievement. And here's some of the advice I've learned along the way. Develop your academic preparedness, your leadership skills, and your character. What that means for you emerging high school professionals is that you need to find and cultivate a passion or your passion. Join a club, whether it's art or dance, choir, playing an instrument, sports, debate, academic decathlon, whatever it is, find your space. And if you don't know exactly what it is, narrow it down to a few choices. What's important is that you stick with it and develop leadership skills that will be transferable for you when you go to college. This will help you develop your entry essays. This will help you develop your character, have wonderful things to talk about on your internship interviews and things of that nature. Get involved ASAP and stick with it. Stick with it long enough for you to develop leadership skills that translate in other spaces. Homework and study habits. At your next level, your study habits and homework preparation are critical. I needed to especially relay this message to you all because Prima is known to have some of the most brilliant and amazing minds in Philadelphia. And this is a pitfall of many smart students. And this is for you parents as well. Your geniuses will need time to focus and apply themselves for homework and study time differently than before. So make time for it, commit to it, read, and learn to love it because it's not going away. Think about creating flashcards, mnemonic devices, turn it into a game, learn to have fun with it. Do not slack in this area because it just changes every time you level up. Ask yourself and learn how to manage your time. And always ask the question. If you have a question, always ask your question. Another thing I suggest is that you start networking now. It's all about relationships. So build relationships and make sure that wherever you go, there are people that know your name and will advocate for you. You will need quality letters of recommendation, and your parents and guardians cannot write them. Ensure that you have the quality relationships that will create these opportunities for yourself. And make sure that you start to think about your mentors now. If you meet someone that you like, if you meet someone that you're curious about, if it's someone that you don't know, reach out to them online, reach out to them in person, but start to develop your network now because you are going places and it's very important. It's never too early to get to know your guidance counselors and expand your social circle. Many entrepreneurs start in high school, they start in college, and they start right now where you are. So learn through connecting with people that are different from you. Consider starting your LinkedIn profile, about me, develop your professional online presence. Yes, you can start this now. It can help you acquire internships, funding, career and volunteer experiences that will offer you clarity and help you with finding resources. Lastly, balance and harmony. Prepare, but don't over-prepare. I know we have some overachievers here. Balance your AP classes and STAR classes with fun and less demanding electives. Don't create additional stress or anxiety. Do not work yourself into a frenzy. The truth is you are working very hard and you are exceptional. Take this into consideration and remember that everything falls into place. In my years as an academic advisor, administrator, and career counselor, I cannot tell you how many students have burst into tears, waited until the last minute, had panic attacks, unintended outbursts in class, and disastrous group projects. So relax, everything works out. Parents and loved ones, this is a great place for you to step in as well. They're gonna need your help in this area. In high school, I remember my mother would say, Joanna, go to bed. It's better to get a good night's sleep, wake up early, and try again tomorrow. That's valuable advice that I still apply today. So graduates, in closing, with fondness and confidence, I am so incredibly proud of you. These last 2 years have been strange and historical times, and you have handled yourself with grace, perseverance, and tenacity. You are amazing, and I am truly excited for your future and the contributions you will make to this world. Class of 2021, I charge you to go boldly in the direction of your dreams. Create a life that surpasses anything that you can imagine. Dare to dream, dream huge, work hard, and have fun. Congratulations, and remember that Prima will always be your home, filled with cheerleaders that are rooting for you. Good luck, peace, and blessings. Class of 2021, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Jenkins. Now, you can see after hearing from Dr. Jenkins that she's brilliant. And someone with that level of competence and capability deserves to have their credentials read accurately. And so I was relying on really, really small print. And so I want to state those again. Okay, she's a graduate of Pratt Howard University, and as she stated, the Philadelphia High School for Girls. She holds a BA in graphic design and advertising, an MS in visual communications and marketing, and a PhD in mass communications and psychology. She is taught as an administrator and professor at Howard University, as I stated, but also American University, Bowie State, Moore College of Art and Design, and as an affiliate professor at St. Joseph's University. Again, let us salute our guest speaker today. We'll now have a selection from the Ad Prima players.
Good morning to our 8th grade students, parents, well-wishers. I'm David Brown, and I have had the privilege of being the principal of Ad Prima Charter School's Overbrook campus for the past 3 years. I've also had the privilege of getting to know a group of really wonderful people that are here with us now. This class is exceptional. It understands, I think, better than any group of students who I've worked with before, what it looks like as far as perseverance and how to deal with difficult times and change. Over the last year, you have seen change as an opportunity. And because of that, I think that you are in a unique position as you leave here in Ad Prima Charter School. First, you know how to deal with difficult times, you know how to deal with change, and you know how to turn that into opportunity. I would say that out of any 8th grade class here in the city of Philadelphia, you've come out stronger, more well-adjusted, and ready for the next steps. Secondly, you have gotten to learn in a very different way with new sets of IT-based skills, which you are definitely going to be using from this day forward online. And then third, you have had the opportunity to go and spend a lot more time with loved ones and support structures around you. 4 years from now, when you're graduating and standing on a stage similar to this one, you're going to be looking at next steps, which may be me moving away. And you're going to miss the time from this last year that you have had with your families and loved ones. On closing thoughts, after this ceremony at the end of each year, there's always that nagging thought of, did we do good enough? Did we help and support our kids with this big transition and change that they're going to be having for high school? I would say that there is no other graduating class that I feel more confident in as you move forward to high school next year. The change in 9th grade is nothing compared to what you have done over this last year. Move forward with confidence, make your plans, and then when challenges come, you will definitely overcome them. Congratulations. I also have the opportunity to go and to introduce our school valedictorian. This is a very unique individual in a group of very unique individuals. Usually the week before this ceremony, I get a call asking, as the finals come up, who are those students, that 1 or 2 students that you have who has a 97, 98, and it looks like they're in that direction. And I said, 1 or 2 students, I have about 5 of them. This is a group and this is a class of individuals of overachievers. And I think this is one of those things that makes this individual very unique. Outside of her GPA, Arsima has very much exemplified the values of Ad Prima Charter School. She's on our student council. She is a member of our National Junior Honor Society, going and providing tutoring, food and book and toy drives, as well as supporting climate strikes. And she was also on our award-winning robotics team. Next year, she'll be attending Central High School. I want to welcome up the Ad Prima Charter School Overbrook campus valedictorian, Arsima Kasahun.
Good morning, Ad Prima staff, family, and 2021 graduates. Standing here today, looking at all of you, I think over the long 4 years of middle school that have passed and the next 4 years of high school to come. Unlike some of you guys, I have only been here since the 2nd grade. I was welcomed into the school, and from that day, I knew this would be my second family. As students, we spend most of our day at school learning, but as friends, we spend our time laughing and giggling. One thing I noticed about our school is our oddly weird grading system. B's in our school are A's in other school. In some sort of weird way, I think that that's one of the many reasons that I am such a resilient person. That grading system has really helped me, and it pushed me to my limits. And for that, I'm glad. Many times you may think things are hard, but I promise you, it's just all one big journey. This past year has really shaped me into the person I am today. This school year has been unlike any other. We had to adapt to this new style of learning, and it was pretty hard, but we still made it through. But quarantine was both good and bad. It was bad because we didn't really get to see each other, but it was good because we were able to stay up late and wake up later than usual. And eighth graders, your families are very proud of you today. And you know what? I think this would be the best time to ask for money. I would like to take a moment to thank God. I'm not completely sure what's in store for our future, but the one thing I'm sure of is that my mom and dad, my brother and my sister, my cousins, my aunts and uncles, and my grandparents will be with me every step of the way, and I would love to thank them all. They have made this pandemic way more enjoyable than I ever expected. I would love to thank Ms. Lewis and Ms. Nelson for their encouraging efforts to push all of their students to their best, and without the both of them, I couldn't have reached my goals. This past year was rough, and with this great community, it has been a breeze. I would also like to say thank you to all of the staff at Ad Prima, including Mrs. Blackwell, Mr. Brown, Ms. Smith, Mr. Carter, Mr. Carey, Mr. Gifford, Ms. Simmons, Mr. Snell, Mr. Seth, Mr. Shoemaker, Ms. Boyd, Ms. V, and many others for being there with me whenever I needed them. I would also like to thank all of my friends for making school very memorable. And for the parents out there that have come to see your kids graduate, let me tell you, it's no joke. This year was hard, and next year might be even harder. With the love and support that this community has given us, anything is possible. Finally, I would like to thank everyone for coming here to see us all graduate.
Good afternoon, families, staff, guests, and graduates. My name is Jamal Elliott, and I am the site director here at the Mount Airy campus, finishing my second full year here at Prima after almost 15 years as the CEO at Wissahickon Charter School. We are here to celebrate Ad Prima's graduating class of 2021. Ad Prima is about expectation. Lofty expectations, high standards and goals, with admittance into the best high schools being most important. We know that because we live it daily. But today I want to talk about what we've all experienced over the past 15 or so months, and I want to ask each of you to do something for me. Last year when I stood here, I said, in my 20 plus years of educational experience, I couldn't think of a class that had dealt with as much as the class of 2020. Well, now I take that back because the class of 2021 definitely has. Everyone in this gym has lost something or someone during the pandemic. Students lost the ability to come to school, play on teams, go to the mall, hang out with friends, and the list goes on and on. Many of us have lost family, friends, or acquaintances due to COVID-19. All of these losses, coupled with despair, anger, frustration, and negativity, has made our world less kind and lacking in love. So today, my ask or request of you is to make your community or your small circle or your school better by loving more. If it's your kids, your friends, or your neighbor, I want each and every one of us to be more loving because our world lacks it and we need it. more than we care to accept or acknowledge. Do something small to spread love, joy, and positivity. I bet it will make you feel great, and in turn, it will make your circle, your community, and your world a better and more loving place. I now have the honor of introducing the valedictorian of the Mount Airy campus. This young man is unassuming, he's humble, and he really just kind of goes about his business without much fanfare or hoopla. He's been at Prima since kindergarten and has been an incredible student each and every year. He's the type of student that makes my job easy. With a GPA of over 3.9, next year he will be attending Central High School. I am proud to introduce the 2021 Mount Airy campus valedictorian, Jalen Hart Hawkins.
Ms. Blackwell, members of the Board of Trustees and community members, Mr. Elliott, Mr. Brown, faculty and staff, family members, and fellow students. It is an honor to be here today to welcome this year's Prima graduates. As we prepare for our 8th grade commencement, my name is Jalen Hart Hawkins, and I am Mount Airy's valedictorian for the 2020-2021 academic year. I have been with Prima since kindergarten, and Prima has helped me grow into the person I am today. I have countless fond memories from the time I started at Prima to the current day. Memories I know that will last a lifetime. Regardless of how long we have been with Prima, I know that we all have our own special memories that we will never forget. Prima has helped build me as an individual, celebrating personal strength and helping me become the confident leader I am today. Prima's vigorous education and high standards have helped achieve my academic goals and to stay focused on my studies. As we go forward and to embark on our high school journey that await us, let us always remember the work ethic that Prima has helped to instill in us. Let us use this to our advantage as we work the responsibilities and changes ahead of us. I would like to share the advice of my fellow peers to focus on what's important and to never give in to peer pressure. Though perseverance, patience, determination, and the right mindset, we can accomplish anything. It has been a pleasure getting to know the administration, teachers, staff, and of course, students throughout our time together as students. We have learned together, grown together, and shared laughs together. I have enjoyed talking with my friends outside and inside of the school building. We have special bonds and memories that I will always hold dear to me. At Prima, we are truly a school family, and I hope that we will continue to stay connected and will always have in place at Prima as we take our next step in our lives. Take a moment to think about some of your favorite memories at Prima. For me, some of my favorite memories include school dances, spending time with friends at breakfast and lunch, door decorating contests, school-wide fun days, pretzel days, PBIS store, and time spent with student council and National Junior Honor Society. I am happy to have these memories and to share these memories with you. There are many people who brought us to where we are today. Take a moment now to think about the people in your life who have made a positive impact, and don't forget to thank them later today. I want to thank my family and my friends. You know who you are, and I appreciate you all. As Michelle Obama once said, always stay true to yourself and never let what somebody else says distract you from your goals. To my fellow classmates, my friends, stay focused on your goals. I believe in you and I believe in us. I look forward to our continued success. The world is ours. Let's go on now and show the world that we are at Prima strong.
At this time, it is my privilege to start the presentation of the special awards. In recognition of Valedictorian status, which is the second highest GPA for the Overbrook campus, at Prima Charter School would like to recognize Sean Michael Williams. Of outstanding achievement and the highest GPA in the area of English language arts at the Charter School, which is to recognize Arsina Casahun. Outstanding academic achievement and the highest GPA in the area of math at Prima Charter School, which is to recognize Dylan Rogers. Of outstanding achievement and the highest GPA in the area of science at Prima Charter School, which is to recognize Arsima Casahun. And in recognition of outstanding achievement and the highest GPA in the area of social studies at Prima Charter School, which is to recognize Sean Michael Williams.
Before we move on, I think we need to give Arsima and Jalen another hand because those speeches were incredible. And now for the academic awards for the Mount Airy campus. In the area of math, highest GPA, we have a tie. That first student is Tori James. And the second student is Jalen Hart Hawkins. And for the highest GPA in the areas of science, English language arts, and social studies, that student is Jalen Hart Hawkins.
I think we need to give all of our students another hand. I think we can't help but also notice the hard work and brilliance of all of these students and especially these young men. Tori, Jalen, Dylan, Sean Michael, showing us that it's cool to be smart. And at this time, I'm going to ask that our own Suzanne DeSeff, Esquire, our academic support coordinator, come to do the pinning of the National Junior Honor Society.
Thank you, Ms. Blackwell. Good afternoon at Prima. It's great to see you here at this graduation. I want to congratulate all of our 8th graders on your success and that brought you here today. It's a wonderful achievement and you should be proud. Especially, we want to recognize and to thank our 8th graders who have participated in Ad Prima's chapter of the National Junior Honor Society. To be a part of the Honor Society, you have to be a high achiever. You have to have great success academically, but also one needs to be a role model for other students. Additionally, and importantly, one has to be dedicated to the service of others. Our Honor Society students have participated in many service projects, perhaps primarily the tutoring service project, where they tutor other Ad Prima students to help them also achieve great academic success. Our Honor Society students have helped in projects that help all those in need, such as the canned food drive, the clothing drive, a book drive, and one year in a toy drive as well. They helped with the climate strike event that we had in the fall of 2019 that you probably remember, in which they were helping the whole school to raise awareness on climate and environmental issues. So they've helped in quite a number of projects and we just want to recognize them and to thank them. I'm going to call out the names of our 8th grade students who have participated in the National Junior Honor Society and ask you to please stand and remain standing when your name is called. And then at the end of the graduation ceremony, if you could please make your way back to the back of the auditorium where you see Ms. Vine sitting at a table. She has these special commemorative National Junior Honor Society pins to give to you, and you can wear them proudly because of your great success academically and also because of your service to the Ad Prima community and to the larger community. So, Anya Anderson, would you please stand? Christopher Brown, please stand. Jalen Hawkins, please stand. Elijah Hutchins Rodriguez, please stand. Marcima Cassidy, please stand. Brianna Porter, please stand. Big round of applause. Thank you so much.
Thank you. At this time, I'm going to ask that our guest soloist for the day, Alicia Ruiz, she would come and she will sing Rise Up. Ms. Ruiz. Now, before we make our final presentations and acknowledge each and every graduate, I'd like to acknowledge a member of the Board of Trustees who is a parent and longtime supporter of Ad Prima. She has a son graduating today. I see her older son who graduated last year. I believe both were with Ad Prima from kindergarten, correct? And she never ceases to challenge me. She would meet me in my office at times if she thought things weren't going correctly, and I would always ask her, give me a moment to correct it. But you know, it pays to have parents who have that vested interest in all of our students, and I really appreciate her and hate to see her go. So hopefully she'll stick around, even though both of her sons will be moving on. The older son is at Science Leadership, and the younger son who's graduating today will be joining his older brother. But the younger son was admitted into every school that he applied to, Central, Engineering, Science, a number of other schools, but he chose to follow his older brother at Science Leadership. Ms. Gugaloo, would you like to give a few remarks? Thank you.
Class of 2021, congratulations, not only to you, but your parents and your teachers. It's a great honor for me to say that to you guys because it was a hard year, not only for, again, parents, for the students to sit home and do their work from on school and be very disciplined to finish all the work. So every single one of you can clap for yourself because you did a great job. Again, congratulations.
Thank you. So I'd ask that the school counselors join me at the podium as we make the presentation for all of our graduates. After which we'll have a final selection from our Ad Prima players. You know, Mr. Harcum is amazing. Give the band a round of applause. He was our music teacher for 3 years, but he was so busy. I really think he was running away from me. I think I wore him out. But he didn't run too far because you see him with us today. He continues to play for many of our events. And the band that you see here, although we refer to them as the Ad Prima players, they are noted and professional musicians. I'm sure you can tell by the way that they play. You can see many of them, some at South, on Broad Street, the restaurant and jazz bar, but they are just wonderful. And each time I see them coming, I know that I will be entertained thoroughly. So thank you all. Thank you again. Okay, and now for the moment that we've been waiting for this entire day, I will yield to Ms. Smith, who is our counselor at our Overbrook campus, and Mr. Smith, who is the counselor at our Mount Airy campus.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Ms. Blackwell said, I am Lindsay Smith. I'm the school counselor for the Overbrook campus, and I will be reading the names of the Overbrook graduates. As I read your name, please stand. Samaya Abdul Mateen. Anya Anderson. Christopher Brown. Bemnit Gabru, Johnny Gugaloo, Elijah Hutchins Rodriguez, Jordan Jones, R.C. McCassahan, Amaya King, Vernon Mays, Azim Moses, Samira Munjan, Naima Reed, Dylan Rogers, Denasia Smalls, Overbrook class of 2021.
Hi, I'm Brian Schmidt. I'm the school counselor at Mount Airy campus. I'm going to read the names of the 2021 graduates of Mount Airy. Nyana Anderson. Samaj Booker. Pearl Collins. Jalen Hart Hawkins. Corey James. Devin Miranda. Jaden Reeves. Mark Reed. Jasmine Tavares. Gabriel Thomas. This is class of 2021 at Mount Airy.
We can all salute the entire class from both campuses, 2021. Woohoo! One more selection, and the lyrics, and actually it's an instrumental, but the title of the song is Get Ready. And so we believe that these graduates are totally ready to enter the halls of the high schools, and I think the high schools know what they have in store for them with all of these wonderful scholars from Ed Prima. So I'm going to thank you all again for joining us. Each of the graduates will be picking up their diplomas or certificates. You can all clap now. The hard work is done. Congratulations to the parents. Let's all rise up, as Ms. Ruiz said, and send our graduates off. They are more deserving than any student